Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Certainly, we have revealed the Holy Quran as an Arabic Quran so that you may understand.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته يا أنس.
وعليكم السلام.
With everything كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله، كيف أنت؟
الحمد لله بخير. Surat Al-Ansan, we have done all of it. So can you gather the lessons and the benefit that you learn from Surat Al-Ansan ya Anas? What does Al-Insan mean first?
Insan is the humans.
Yeah, that's why this surah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the reality, the truth of the man, right? The truth of the humans. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks in this ayah how Allah created the man, for what reason Allah created the man, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide the man to choose is a shakir or kafur. So can you tell me the lessons that you learn from the surah and the ayat, that is you get the lessons from?
Shakir and Shakir is the good people. And
At the beginning, why Allah created the man, and which ayat that Allah talks about that?
Allah created man for a test. إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه is test. So they created for a test, and فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا.
Right. After that, Allah guide the man to take one of two ways. What is it?
The Shakir is the good way, and Kafur is the bad way.
And then Allah tells us about the punishment of kafir, the punishment of ungrateful.
Allah will send them to a Wasa'ira. This is like a name of hell.
Naam, so the punishment of them. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discuss about the abrar, the pious people, the righteous people, the good people. They are ibadullah. Ibadullah, which means the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah talks about the attributes of these people. What are the attributes of those abrar that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described in the Quran?
They are يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا.
They are fulfilling the vow, right?
Yeah.
They're fulfilling the promise. The vow is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the promises with people. What else are our attributes?
They are يطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. They give to the poor, the orphans and the captives for the sake of Allah.
Yeah, if someone does that for others' sake, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is shirk, and this cannot be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why we call it riyah, or we call it show-off. That's why Allah accepted that, because إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمْكُمْ, for what reason?
إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. لوجه الله is
They do that only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? They neither need a wish, or they neither need thanks from the people. That's why, what is the jaza of these people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised for them? What is the jaza?
Jaza is a reward, and the reward is Jannah.
Nah, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says.
وَجَزَاهُمْ بِمَا صَبَرُوا جَنَّةً وَحَرِيرًا.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described in the surah the Jannah. Some details about the Jannah, how is the weather, how is the ania that they're going to drink in it, how the garment, the clothes that people will wear. So can you tell us about how Allah described the Jannah in the surah?
He talks about the weather. لا يرون فيها شمسا ولا زمهريرا. It's neither cold nor hot.
Right? What about the ania?
The ania is like the vessels are like they're made of silver.
Naam, fiddah in Arabic. What about the garment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about? Even
Allah talks
the
about
people in Jannah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from them. Allahumma ameen.
Amen. He talks about the garments, saying that it's made of silk and green.
Yeah, what Allah says.
He says, عاليهم ثياب سندس خضر واستبرق وحلوا أساور من فضة وسقاهم ربهم شرابا طهورا.
Yeah, great. What about the tajweed rules? What about what types of mad here?
That's a connected med, because the Hamza doesn't have a alif.
Yeah, because Hamza and the alif are in the same word, and we call it muttasil in Arabic. Inshallah, we need to know the words in Arabic. And what type of mad here?
It's a natural med
The natural mad, we call it in Arabic طبيعي, مد طبيعي. For how long should we stretch the natural mad?
for 2 counts.
And for how long the متصل?
6 counts.
4 counts, 5 counts. What about here if it is كسر الشدة? So what should we do?
Should pronounce it with ghunna for at least 2 counts.
No. And as for the revision, we have discussed Surat Al-Duha. Do you remember what is the reason behind Surat Al-Duha? The cause of revelation?
So Allah, after the first revelation, Allah they stopped. There was no revelations for a while.
Angel Jibreel
And the people,
why? So what people says, what was the reaction of people?
the people said that Allah has abandoned him,
Nah.
and
some people say that Allah hates him. Allah revealed the surah to say, ما ودعك ربك وما قلى, which means Allah neither abandon you nor hate you. Okay, this what type of mad here? And this is the word dalan. That you might say, you see here the word dalan.
Yeah, is it
obligatory med? And we call it in Arabic med lazim. And this one is that we stretch it for 6 counts. But this one is muttasil, right? 4 or 5. And this one is
it's connected as well.
yeah, muttasil. That's why we call it 4 or 5. So next time, inshallah, we will revise Surah Al-Teen. So can you tell me what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained? What Allah swore by in Surah Al-Teen? Allah swore by Teen والزيتون طور سينين هذا البلد الأمين.
Teen and والزيتون, I think والتين is the oil. I mean the olive.
The olive.
Teen is والزيتون is I think.
Zaytun is the olive. Yeah, and this is represented what? Which land that Allah represented here by Teen والزيتون? Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Jerusalem, Palestine. Great.
Talks about what طور سينين is it Prophet Musa
The mountain of Tur. Yeah, where is the mountain of Tur is?
In Egypt.
In Sinai in Egypt. Why this is special? Because of Prophet Musa.
Oh, that's where he got his revelation from?
Yeah, he received the revelation and he spoke to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the mountain of Tur. What is it? Balad al-Amin?
The revelation in Mecca from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So yeah, the Amin is Mecca. So ulama said that Allah swear by 3 places of revelation. Jesus received the revelation in Jerusalem, والتين والزيتون. Musa received the revelation in Sinai, وطور سينين. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam received the revelation in Mecca. وهذا البلد الأمين. For what reason Allah swear by all of these? What is the message that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave in this surah?
لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. He says insan, which is humans, and now he says
Allah created them in the best form, but sometimes they get lost, except whom that they never lost in the land. They inshallah have uninterrupted reward. Whom those people that Allah makes exception that they will never be lost in this life.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون.
Yeah, mashallah, tabarak rahman. Yeah, doctor. As for the tajweed rules, we have discussed the 4 rules of nun sakin and tanween. What are the 4 rules of nun sakin and tanween?
إظهار, إدغام, إخفاء, and إقلاب.
Yeah, exactly. And then we discussed ikhfa, it based on the light letters and the heavy letters. How many light letters and how many heavy letters do we have in Arabic?
There are 7 heavy letters. Which is covered in خصات خض.
They gather in this word.
And they pronounce. You have to pronounce them whilst their mouth is like closing, and the rest are supposedly light letters.
Yeah.
But 3 of the letters can be pronounced heavy. And light. Alif, lam, and ra.
Yeah, alif, lam, and ra. We said that some letters are heavy sometimes letters are light. And we give examples for lam in the word Allah. So we said, for example, in the word Allah, sometimes we say Allah, sometimes we say La. So, and we give example with this. The lam in the word Allah here, it's light. We say Bismillah. But here, the word Allah, alaysa Allahu. So the word lam, the letter lam here is heavy. So why letter lam in the word Allah here is light? And why letter lam here in the word Allah heavy? Why we say La here and we say Allah here?
Because it's a meme with it's a meme followed by lam.
No. If lam of Allah preceded by kasrah, we pronounce it light. Okay?
Okay.
The word lam, if the lam of Allah preceded by fatha or dhamma, we make it heavy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we say Bismillah, because Allah here is preceded by kasra. And here we say Alaysa Allahu, because the word Allah here is preceded by fatha. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we make some exercises for the nun sakin and tanin. Can you show me an example for izhar, example for ikhfa and idgham?
إدخال نار حامية is because you have to separate them because
Clarity. Izhar, right?
yeah.
Yeah, what about
إدغام, there's two different إدغام. You could say ويل يومئذ. ويل is it's with غنة, and يومئذ للمكذبين is without غنة.
Not great. What about a clap? Can you give me examples of a clap here?
لنسفع بالناصية. It's a small meme that's followed by a bat. So
No. It's tanween. It's tanween followed by ba. That's why tanween turned into meme. Yeah, the sign of it in Mus'haf is meme, but actually it is tanween followed by ba. Or if nun sakin or tanween followed by ba, then we change it to meme. That's why all Mus'hafs give you a small meme to remind you of the clap. You know what I mean? So that's mean that this tanween or nun is going to be followed by ba, and this is the clap, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan ya Dr. Anas. So next time, inshallah, you will revise all of Surat Al-Ansan. You keep it by heart. Make sure you keep it by heart, inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you revise Surat Al-Sharh and the teen, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا يا دكتور. في رعاية الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Rihlat al-Quran Academy is a journey that takes Muslims all over the world to learn Arabic, recite the Holy Quran, and understand Islam. Would you like to learn Arabic or teach your kids and family the Arabic and Quran? Join us.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ